You're listening to Real Crime, the Movie Sleuth podcast.
Wow, we are back.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Back.
what is it? 3 weeks away.
Yeah, we had a couple weeks off.
Yeah.
Couple weeks off. That's okay, though. Every once in a while, it's good to take a breather, get away from things, kind of recoup, come back nice and fresh.
Or something.
Take a shower.
And we're back with a bang this week.
What's that?
I said we're back with a bang this week.
Who are we banging?
Oh, I meant a bang for the audience.
Oh,
'Cause we're
we're
talking-
banging the audience. Awesome.
Wow.
There you go, guys. Exclusive.
That's like a massive orgy.
It would.
Fun.
It would be a massive orgy.
The Houston chick would be pretty down with that.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's terrible. That poor lady. That very poor lady.
Yeah.
So it is episode 93 of Real Crime.
Dear Lord.
Tonight we're going to be discussing Robin Williams, this is something H has wanted to do for a while. We are Scott Lambert list tonight.
We
We
are.
are.
The crybaby didn't think he could handle a Robin Williams show.
He's down in Tennessee this week.
Yeah, that's not an excuse.
Yeah.
He's still a bitch.
You should be on here remotely, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we've got a good show lined up for you. First thing we want to do is get to our news items here. Also want to mention the Flint Institute of Arts.
Hell
Definitely
yeah.
check them out. Also, projectorscreen.com.
And Sellerman.
And wonderful, wonderful Sellermans.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
That place is amazing.
I'm still Sellerman's list.
You're
I still
like-
haven't
you're
gone yet.
You're right over there. You're on that
I
side.
know. It's literally a 10-minute drive from my
yeah,
house, and I
you're
still
not
haven't made
right
it.
over there, but you're there.
I don't drink, so
Yeah.
it doesn't call for it very often.
Well, you can go at least and just say hi and be like, "Hey, I'm
Hey, I'm one of the
Movie
guys
Sleuth."
from
Yeah.
Real Crime.
I think it's awesome you're sponsoring.
I'm so glad you're our
us,
sponsor, guys.
Yeah.
It's great to meet you.
and I'm sure they have food and stuff. Even if you just buy some waffle fries or whatever, you're still supporting them. Damn it!
See, no food.
It's just mead.
Then
The
just-
fat
Meat, no beers.
guy goes where the food is.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh man, it would be sweet if they did some like bad.
no, but I should totally just go in there and be like, "Hey guys,
Hey.
hey,
just get a Sprite.
I'm Trevor."
Why don't you get a Virgin Shirley Temple? Those are my favorite.
You'd get a mead if you wanted.
I would
there.
probably.
You gotta at least try something.
My issue is that I'd probably go there and get shit faced completely.
Well, it's so
and then
close
be like,
to you.
"Oh,
So very, very close to you. It'd
like,
be easy
great,
to do.
now I need an Uber back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
And then an Uber back to my car.
in news this week, it looks like production has started on the Todd Phillips Joker movie. He had teased a couple images on that. I'm
yeah.
getting some eye rolls here.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
I'll-
how about
I'll
that Alec Baldwin casting, everyone?
That wasn't real. I don't
Yes,
think
it
that
was.
It was real.
He took the part. He was actually cast as Thomas Wayne.
I don't know.
Read part of
man.
the script and was like, "No, I don't want to do it."
Why wouldn't you read the script first and then?
Because a
accept
lot of
that
times
part?
on those top secret projects, you don't get the choice.
Oh.
They come to you and go, "We are going to pay you a lot of money to do this movie."
Yeah, but then, don't you think that if you sign on, there's like something in the contract?
They might
that
have been
says-
asking him for something that he couldn't do.
Oh.
You know, they might have been asking him to go all like full physical,
Oh,
like
sure.
1990s Alec Baldwin, not
Yeah, yeah.
2018 Alec Baldwin. You
Who knows? Who knows? He's already off the project, so
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of funny within 24 hours. He's like, I'm
Yeah.
on it. I'm off it.
Yeah.
A little bit of news we reported on today. They are moving forward with Die Hard 6, which is going to be a prequel to Die Hard, which really makes no sense because in Die Hard, John McClane was really like an everyman, this cop off the beat, and now they're going to try to make some action prequel that basically he had something happen before the first Die Hard.
I don't know about
I
all
know.
that.
It totally ruins it.
It's too much. Leave the mystery to these characters.
Either leave mystery to them, or I mean, you know what I would totally pay for is the brick version of Die Hard 6. Have it be him being a detective in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Or just like his job at the at the police department before, and his family. Like, I would watch a drama if it was
Yeah.
Die
Yeah,
Hard
but they're
drama.
they're not. They're gonna
Well,
make
of
it like
course
there was a
not.
Die Hard before there was a Die Hard, and they're changing the name to McClane, like
Yeah.
how we get the Predator or Predators. They keep come up with a cool name.
Right.
Yeah, at least the Predator looks cool.
Yeah, yeah.
You've got that going for you.
So Die Hard 6 is on the way. Another little bit of news we reported yesterday is that Michael Jackson's Thriller 3D has been remastered for IMAX, and they're going to be re-releasing it in theaters with the new Eli Roth movie, which is a children's horror movie,
What?
The House with a Clock in its Walls, which looks
Oh!
really, really,
Really
That's
cool.
good.
Eli Roth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And it's got Jack Black in it too.
And
I
Kate
know.
Blanchett,
And-
right?
and-
That's who
Yes.
the woman
A
is?
couple of us had a conversation about Jack Black just last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we actually like him.
Yeah, we do like him.
I adore
How
him.
can you not like Jack Black?
A lot of people.
I think a lot of people don't, and this is something that Chris and I both agreed on, that he's too intense, and it's that
Oh,
constantly
okay.
going thing.
Yeah.
I think it turns people off. It's kind of like when Robin Williams would get too manic.
Yeah.
You know,
he would
when,
just go
especially
off.
in the 80s and
Yeah,
early
yeah.
90s,
His stand-up
when
was like that.
when
Well, and-
cocaine was a very strong part of his career.
In Jack Black, he does act very, like you said, manic, and it is that constant progression of acting like that and everything. But that's just who he is.
But he's getting better about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
if you look at Goosebumps, the Goosebumps he's
Oh
in,
my God, Jumanji.
and Jumanji, he's not manic. He's actually just acting,
Yeah.
and it's great.
And that Jumanji, Welcome
That
to the
Jumanji
Jungle,
was awesome.
it was really
So
cool.
It was so fun.
So much.
I loved
Don't
it.
get me started on Karen Joe, no. No, moving on. Carl Urban came out and said that Star Trek 4 is definitely happening, that all this stuff with Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth is all just kind of show right now, that they're really trying to negotiate their fees for being in the movie, that it will happen. We just need to give it time.
Okay.
You know what I'm more interested in?
Chris
Where's
Hemsworth?
Dread 2?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Or
Yeah.
where's the Dread Netflix series that he was saying that he thought he would
Well, I know
would
they
love
were
to do?
talking about something and that he was in discussions for bringing back that role.
Yeah.
Because
He's
Dredd was
having-
really cool,
He's
too.
having a lot of sex with Katie Sackhoff, though, so...
Is he?
Yeah, they've been dating for years now.
Oh,
Yeah.
good for him.
So he's in love with a angel, Cylon, angel, we just still don't know.
I
what
still
Starbucks was.
refuse to acknowledge that Battlestar Galactica. So we'll just skip that and say that she was really good in Riddick.
Yes. And then, last but not least, Crazy Rich Asians topped the third weekend in a row
I've been
at the
hearing
domestic
so
box
many
office.
good things about it.
Everybody loves this movie. I still have not seen it.
Yeah.
I probably won't see it till it comes to home video on VHS.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not. It's
You know,
one
when I can rent it from
Right.
Blockbuster. Yeah. But yeah. I broke Travis.
You broke Travis.
Travis.
Here comes Travis.
Hey Travis, what are you doing?
Yeah, fuck you.
I didn't mean to break you. Sorry.
That's funny.
So, in new releases this week, we've got the Conjuring prequel, The Nun, coming out. I'm going to be
Is
seeing.
that really what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw some previews for it. It looks okay.
It's got Thaisa Farmiga in it, though.
Yeah.
So she's really good.
She is really good.
So I'm hoping that at least she saves it.
Can I go with you?
Yeah, you can go. It's Wednesday night. It's 7. You want to go?
Shit. Maybe.
Damn
Okay.
it, Travis.
Well-
It's a definite maybe.
Fuck you, Travis. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Travis strikes again.
And then Jennifer Garner is going back to her Alias roots this
God.
week with Peppermint.
What?
Yeah, she's got a movie coming out called Peppermint, where
Since
she's
when?
playing like some crazy ass like assassin lady again, like a vengeance movie.
Well, that's good. At least she's going back to what she's good at.
Yeah.
Because
So
acting isn't on the list.
yeah.
Or that face.
Oh.
Oh, she's cute. Ish.
Don't be mean.
All right, I'm sorry. She's worth way more than my life. So
She had to be married to Ben Affleck for a while.
What? I love Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck
If I
had to
pick
be
between
married
the
to
two, it
her.
would be Ben.
Yeah.
I'd
Come
probably
on now.
marry Ben too.
I would marry
Right?
Ben.
Yeah. Well, he's Batman.
I'm
Who
Ben.
doesn't want to marry Batman? Anyways, suggested viewings for this week. You guys got any? I know I've got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine is the new Jack Ryan series on Amazon.
Is it good?
Yeah, I only watched like the first episode and a half, but it's actually really, really good.
I really like
good.
him.
Yeah,
I like John
I
Krasinski.
like him a lot too. It's kind of cool seeing these characters pop up from the movies.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
what the character Morgan Freeman played, and
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones played. It's really good. You know,
cool.
it does kind of stray into that territory me and you have talked about with like 24, like, ooh, the terrorists, you know?
Yeah.
But
the Terrorist of the Month Club.
it's done really well. The action scenes are great. I think they definitely have a hit on their hands with that one.
Oh, cool.
So,
Good.
yeah, we need more of that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, H,
Oh,
shoot it.
God. All right, so I don't really have one because I've just been trying to catch up with Supernatural.
Oh, I love.
So is that your
Supernatural.
suggested
you?
viewing then?
No, because
why not?
Supernatural
Supernatural's
has
great.
well, because there's 14 seasons and only 13 on Netflix, and each episode is 40 minutes long. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
That
hey,
sounds like a
sure.
long weekend.
Yeah.
Or 6.
I've been watching Supernatural from the beginning since last year, and I have not caught up yet. But
Oh.
I'm almost there.
I'm at like 3/4 of a season, like 1/4 of a season away from being caught up.
Oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost done with season 12. So, I mean, I guess so. Yeah, sure, Supernatural.
Okay.
All right. I'm going super old school. So this last week, Paramount released full, beautiful remasters of all the original, or not Paramount, Universal, of all the original Universal monster movies.
Ooh.
And oh my God, it's gorgeous. It's amazing. They have a box set out that they just put out that is all 30 of their horror movies that came out between 1931 and 1956. And spectacular.
Oh, looks like I know what you're doing for 31 days.
Yeah, basically. I so far I've only watched about 6 of them. And let me tell you, the remaster that they did on Dracula is stunning. Absolutely amazing. They cleaned it up perfectly. They even fixed anybody who's seen Bela Lugosi's Dracula in the last 20 years before this remaster will remember that the pop and hiss and music score jumps, especially in the opening of the movie while the credits are going.
I was going to say the credits are
the music's playing and it totally skips a little bit and then keeps going. They actually went through and found the original music for it.
Wow.
And re-looped it and reinserted it into the opening credits so it sounds perfect again. There is not a pop or hiss on the entire thing. There is no hairs. There's no dust spots. Nothing. They even corrected all of the fading that's happened over the last 70 years. So you actually get the nice rich blacks and gray. Like the tone is just stunning.
Is this on Blu-ray?
It is.
It
is.
Box set?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And all for the low price of $134 on Amazon.
That is actually quite incredible.
Right? It's $4.50 a movie.
That's not bad at all.
For 30 movies?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dear
Thank you, Jen.
monsters.
I have an awesome wife that bought it for me for my birthday.
That's cool. Oh, yes. Happy belated, by the way.
Thank you.
Fuck your birthday.
Fuck my birthday.
Travis doesn't get
That's
a
what my
birthday.
birthday said to me, funny enough.
Oh, we gotta buy Travis a birthday present.
Oh. And the hits keep coming. Oh. Guys, I'm Trevor. I'm on the Real Crime podcast. Can I have a mead?
So we're talking about Robin Williams tonight, and I know there's just, like we said earlier, there's way too many movies, too many things to hit on. So I think we're gonna hit some of the highlights, but I think the most important thing that we can discuss about Robin Williams right off the bat is, his importance to the industry.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Yes, absolutely.
He was one of the first actors of our kind of generation. I mean, I know he was older than us, but when we were growing up, he was one of those first ones that was like a totally insane comedian. I mean, you watch this guy's live comedy or you watch him on any talk shows, he was on fire constantly. He was a spitball of energy.
Yeah.
But he was one of those first guys that we all knew of that kind of transcended the stand-up and the comedy. He easily took his talent for comedy and turned it into drama.
I was going to say, I think he took the comedy knack of observation and how people behave and why people do what they do, and turned that into the ability to
do anything.
I would say mimic any human emotion.
Oh, right.
known to man, where it was just
emotion, and also he could mimic other people.
Yeah. He
perfectly.
He was amazing. Another person, and not to take away from him or anything, but another person I think that doesn't get enough credit is Dana Carvey. I think Dana Carvey is an incredible comedian, writer, whatever.
Agree. His talk show should have been the best talk show ever made, and it was torpedoed.
Yeah.
Torpedoed.
Because it was different.
Yeah.
But on the same plane of being able to the observer and the reactor,
Yeah,
like
and they both had that shyness that was obvious to anybody that watched. That while he's being manic and while he's doing his characters and jumping on furniture and setting things on fire, you can see it in his eyes that he's afraid of letting anybody in.
Oh, that!
And it always felt like a shield. Like my entire life,
there was a force field up.
Yeah.
That
and just, he was always, I don't think he ever really cared what people said, but I think he just really wanted people to like him.
Yeah.
As anybody does. Appreciation is,
Yeah.
It's an important thing. I'm not going to lie. Everybody loves to be appreciated. But Robin Williams was just on a whole other level.
Oh, yeah.
He was enlightened in the sense that enlightenment, it can exist,
In the absolute upper echelon of the most talented comedian / actors of all time.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He could sing, he could dance, he could do it all.
Man.
Except for shave his chest. That was the only thing he wasn't capable of.
One of my favorite things in his stand-up was... this had to have been in the mid-'90s because I was young, but it was before I knew about anything that people did together, the birds and the bees, really.
Oh, right.
He
Robin Working Blue.
Yeah. It was on HBO, I think. So of course it was uncensored and all that. But he used his disgustingly hairy arm to pretend he was eating out his wife, and how it was, and it was like almost a half an hour of that. It was hilarious, and that was before I even really understood.
Before you understood what he was
doing, and I was like, Mom.
He was one of those individuals that could find that point of attack and nail it home for an hour. Yeah. Pick apart one subject, one topic, and just pick it apart.
It was really funny.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find it.
And it would be funny the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How terrifying was he to
Not
watch?
only was it just funny, but it just continually got funnier and funnier and funnier until he was like, okay, next joke.
Yeah. And then you move on. And it always felt like he wasn't actually moving on to another joke. It felt like it was a tangent.
Oh, right.
Last joke.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that reminds me.
Yeah, because he was a master at that, of going on tangents, too. Oh. One thing right to the next. And he didn't miss a beat doing that.
Ever. I have seen, I think, all of his stand-up specials. And all of them were like that. And I hate saying this, more so when he was under the influence. When he was under the influence, it was just like, oh my God, he's a tornado. It was living disaster happening on stage, and it was magnificent.
What were the charity shows that he did with Whoopi?
Comedy Relief.
Comedy Relief. I used to watch those on HBO, and I remember sitting there watching those, and Whoopi and Billy Crystal looking at him like
dude,
we
are you
don't
just gonna
we
do
don't
the
need to
whole
be
show?
here.
Yeah.
We don't need to
Gonna
be
do the
here.
whole show?
You just do your thing.
Yeah.
And they
You know?
they were both in awe of him, but then you could see him watching Billy work,
Yeah.
and you could see the awe on Robin Williams' face
Yeah.
as Billy worked, because they were such different kinds of comedians, and both of them are well, Billy still is
Yes.
brilliant, just utterly brilliant.
Yeah. So I remember being a kid, and we watched Happy Days.
Oh,
yeah.
We
They
watched it
do
as a
Mark.
family.
Uh-huh.
And I remember when, it was kind of nearing the end of Happy Days. So this was, I know Fonzie did jump the shark, but this kind of was a jump the shark.
It was their second attempt.
Yeah. Yeah. So I remember when they introduced Mork, and everybody's like, what the hell? Like an alien on this show about everyday America during the 60s.
Yeah.
And that was kind of his introduction to
The world.
and acting, and it's still brilliant. And obviously, they created Mork and Mindy.
Have you gone back and watched Mork and Mindy?
I have not in a very long time.
I rewatched it probably the first 2.5 seasons in like a 2-day period, like a year ago.
You just couldn't stop.
I could not stop. And between him and Jonathan Winters on that show.
Oh my God, dude.
It is the most frantic thing I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, yeah.
And it holds up. Like everything that he references in the entire show is dated. It is no longer a thing,
Right.
but it still works.
That's awesome.
Because he was that smart.
Yeah.
It's this timeless humor.
I learned
And
that
him
he actually
sitting upside down for half an episode.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the most iconic one, I think.
Yeah.
I learned that he actually directed an episode of Mork and Mindy. I didn't see which one
Yeah.
exactly, but he did direct
And
an episode.
that's the episode that almost got the show canceled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he kind of just went, have fun. And I guess him and Jonathan Winters would get stuck in riffs. They would riff off each other so much
Yeah.
They couldn't just,
that they
couldn't
couldn't
stop.
cut the camera,
That's so funny.
and they couldn't get them to stop.
That's so great.
And I guess they had a routine that they got into during one episode where they both decided that they were going to be Civil War generals. And it went on for like 45 minutes on set.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Everybody was
I remember
pissing
hearing about
themselves.
that.
Yeah. And Jonathan Winters still talks about it, or
Aw.
still talked about it until he passed. But
That's awesome.
yeah, that was the most fun he'd ever had with another actor.
But they were
Wow.
like, those two guys were like pals.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like they worshipped each other.
Yeah.
You know, Robin Williams looked up to him as a comedian. Jonathan Winters
Looked up to Robin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they were both insane in the
Literally
exact
and
same way.
figuratively.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jonathan Winters was that same mentality of comedian where you get him started, it's not stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
you
a
hear
train.
horror stories about Jonathan Winters on the set of The Shadow, that Alec Baldwin he drove Alec Baldwin nuts.
What?
Because
Well,
Alec's there to
I
work.
get it. Yeah, of course.
And
Yeah.
Jonathan is there to be Jonathan Winters.
Man, I love that movie.
So from there, I guess the next logical step to go is Popeye.
Popeye.
It's
yeah.
been a very long time since I've
Oh.
seen Popeye.
That is still one of my
It's-
favorite 80s movies.
It is so good.
Who plays Blue?
Bluto is
Bluto, there we
go. Paul Smith, who got really famous for everybody by being Harkonnen. He was the big
Right.
Harkonnen dude.
Yeah.
He was Bluto.
Paul Dooley was Wimpy.
Yep.
And obviously Shelley Duvall, who's been missing forever from Hollywood. She was Olive Oil.
She's not missing anymore.
Did she pass away?
Oh no.
No, she's just not
gone.
well.
Oh, she's wacko.
She went to Morkland.
Okay.
Yeah, she's visiting work
Okay, that's right. I heard that.
in a
Poor
trailer
thing.
park in Arizona.
How dare they? Excuse me, who the fuck Who is her publicist? Fire that bitch, because they put her on camera knowing full well
gone.
that she was not healthy.
Yeah.
And to let people see her that way?
And what bugged me is that she was just blaming every director she ever worked with for her insanity.
Well, and she probably doesn't have a publicist anymore, though. That's partly why that probably happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She took herself out of the business.
Yep.
So once you're outside of the business and you start going,
you can't get back in.
yeah, you're kind of out.
She's got family.
Yeah, but still.
You'd think.
That poor lady.
Yeah, no, I feel so bad for her.
But yeah, I
gracious.
remember seeing Popeye when it came out in the theater,
Oh, yeah.
and it was a great representation.
Magical.
Yeah, great representation of the cartoon.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
perfect.
Did you know that the
Perfect.
set for that is still standing
I heard that.
and is actually on an island, I think in Greece?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the people that lived on the island have moved into the set and now live there.
What?
They maintain it.
They maintain it. It still looks exactly like it did in the movie.
Can I have that job?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, because I think the people actually live in the houses.
Yeah, I know. Can I have that job? I'll live there.
What job? Living
It's
in the
not a
house?
job.
Living
It's
in a
just-
house and maintaining the set. I don't care. I'll live there for free. I'll pay my rent or whatever.
You can
I'm
have
just
some
saying.
spinach.
Yeah,
Well,
I
there
love
you go.
spinach.
I
Spinach
hate
is better for
spinach.
you than kale.
I
Damn
hate
it.
I like spinach on certain things.
I like spinach on all things. I
But
like
yeah,
raw spinach.
Popeye is definitely one of those iconic 80s movies that people don't even really talk about that much
they
anymore.
don't.
But when that
Who
came
directed
out,
that?
that was
I thought that was the guy that did MASH, wasn't it?
yeah, it was Robert Altman, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
thought.
That's
funny.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
really funny.
That's totally crazy. But yeah,
Everybody forgets that that's what, an Altman movie. It's Robin's big screen debut.
yep.
You know, I mean, that movie is so many firsts, and it's the first time that they really took a cartoon seriously on screen, and did it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did.
Oh.
It did. What's the word for that?
Wimpy. Wimpy in that movie is
Spot on.
spot on, exactly
Adaptation.
like the cartoon. Exactly like the cartoon.
Yeah, and I loved that they had Butterbean in the movie playing
That's
Butterbean.
Right. Yep, that's right.
They didn't even change his name. They're like, here's Butterbean, the world's largest boxer.
Yep. He was massive too.
Oh, yeah.
So after that, I mean, this is definitely part of the highlight reel.
Yeah.
82, The World According to Garp.
Oh,
There's a lot of movies of his that I have not seen. So
that's the movie that told us he could act.
This is the movie where he went from, this is dark humor. It's not straight humor, and it's very, very dramatic.
And sweet.
You know,
He is so sweet in that movie.
what's funny about this movie is actually when I watched Forrest Gump and when I watched The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, both those movies are highly influenced by The World According to Garp. 100%.
okay.
Absolutely.
Very fantastical family story,
Okay.
but it's really sad too.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
really
I mean,
sad.
I think honestly that's unfortunate because now that, looking back, gearing up for this, looking back on it, there's so many signs of what was going on with Robin Williams that
That we all missed.
we all missed.
And I don't even know how many of us missed him. I knew he was depressed. You could see it. But at the same time, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
know?
I think, and we can all speak for this. I mean, look at all the people we know that are highly talented that have
Yeah.
struggles with mental illness.
Look
Right.
how many
And
of us in this room struggle with mental illness.
I think it, it's really, I think it all kind of revolves around itself,
Oh, absolutely.
and throwing yourself into these characters, in these roles, in these stories, it kind of takes you out of whatever depression or other illnesses you're
Well, yeah,
struggling
isn't
you
with.
have to
that
have
something
somebody
that
else's
he actually
problems for a
said?
while.
Yeah.
It's like it's like almost having DID, except for
Yeah.
not actually
Yeah.
having it.
Yeah, it is totally dissociative identity disorder. I got that right on the first try.
Oh, listen to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take a back seat, Travis.
But, I mean,
That's right. Travis, get out of here. Trevor's taking over.
the cast in Garp Robin Williams, Glenn Close, John Lithgow, Hume Cronin, Jessica Tandy, Swoosie Kurtz.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
literally Oscar winner, Oscar winner, Oscar winner,
Yeah.
Oscar winner, Oscar
Wow.
winner, Oscar winner. Like every one of them.
There's quite a bit of movies from the early Robin Williams days that I just never got around to seeing.
It's funny. They're kind of the forgotten movies.
Yeah.
Well, strangely,
I was thinking that
because after World According to Garp, he started doing blockbusters.
Yeah.
He started doing movies that were big.
Yeah.
And World According to Garp did well. Popeye did well.
Yeah.
But neither one of them was a blockbuster.
Right. Not like Hook or Dead Poet Society and,
Well, I think Garp was really like the wake-up call for everybody. They were like, oh, yeah, he can do comedy. Oh, shit.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay.
then nobody cast him in anything serious.
Right.
Like he kept, well, I guess he was kind of serious. He was never over the top comedy, except for in like Jack. But for the most part, But for the most part, he was.
It was, I would say it was like a fine line
drama for the
between
most
drama and comedy thrown in. I mean, if you really think
The
about
best
it.
of times. I mean,
Really? I mean, Dead Poet Society, there's a lot of comedy in that, but it's so, like, that movie is, like, eerily, that's like that's a serious drama.
Okay.
But, and then you have Mrs. Doubtfire, which is hilarious, but when you get down to the actual, the root of the movie, it's about a family, and it tells, it's about divorce, and it's sad.
Oh, yeah, it's still a drama.
Even Hook. Hook is a sad movie, too.
Hook is...
And let's not, I mean, we'll get there, but...
He did do The Survivors, which was a really
that
good...
was really good and funny.
I've never actually seen Awakenings either, which I
No.
heard is a very, very good movie.
Was he in Joe versus Volcano? I thought he was a side character, or was that John Candy I'm thinking of?
I think that was John Candy.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't see that on the list.
Okay.
Well, so he did The Survivors, and then there was Moscow on the Hudson, which he played a Russian, which he nailed.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's been a very long time. Vladimir Ivanov.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to really
That
dig
movie,
into these.
it's funny going back and watching that. Like I saw that like 3 or 4 years ago again, and it brought back Cold War fever.
Oh, geez.
Watching it, like I remember the fear of the other, the fear
Well,
of
weren't you in the
the
Navy around then too?
No, God.
You were in the Navy
How
after that?
old do you think I am?
I mean, like the Cold War went on forever. I mean,
No, the Cold War was over 10 years before I even enlisted.
Yeah, the Cold War was over around 88.
Yeah. Okay.
And I enlisted in 97.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Shit, you could have just did this. You could have did that shit like right out of school. I don't fucking know.
He did it in kindergarten.
Grade.
Yeah.
7th grade is like, Mom, Dad, I'm enlisting. I'm a man now.
I have to do my duty to my country. Fucking bone spurs.
Big Jim. Oh, Big Jim.
But yeah, so there was a bunch of stuff in there, like we said, Moscow on the Hudson.
Yeah.
Then there was Club Paradise, which...
That's what I was thinking of, not Joe versus Volcano.
Yeah, and that one kind of flopped.
That one didn't kind of flop, dude. We have to be honest. That one bombed hard. It wasn't very funny. That was the issue.
Yeah, I don't even remember seeing this now.
I do. It was on HBO in the 80s.
All the time.
Yeah, because everything on HBO was on all
The time.
for at least a month. Unless it was Star Wars, and it actually lasted 13 months
Yeah.
of 4 times a day.
And Flash Gordon.
And Flash Gordon. What do we got
HBO.
after?
So there was a couple. There was Seize the Day, which I think that was like a really low budget, like indie thing that he
It
did.
must have been, because I don't even know if I've ever heard of it.
But 87 was probably one of his biggest hits. Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh right, yeah. I actually was telling him that.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah, I never saw that, which is dumb because it's on Netflix, and I've always wanted
Is it
to
on
see
Netflix?
It. Yeah, it's on Netflix or Hulu.
I would argue that this is probably, I mean, he's had a lot of great movies, but Good Morning Vietnam, that was really like the
Awakening.
Yeah, that was like the, oh shit, now he's huge.
Yeah, okay.
You know, because
Yeah.
everybody saw Good Morning Vietnam. It was R-rated. There was a lot of profanity in it.
And
but
it didn't matter. Our parents let us see it
yep,
anyways.
my parents took me to see it.
Yep. And the humor in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And the tenderness.
And the political shit that was going on in it, too.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's the scene where the young kid turned out was
no spoilers.
Viet Cong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That scene. Oh. That's one of those ones where you're watching and it just rips your guts out. Rips them out. Like, there's several scenes in that movie that rip your guts out. The rest of it makes you laugh.
Yeah, okay, good.
Directed by Barry Levinson, that's right.
Yeah. And Forrest Whitaker in one of his earliest roles.
Yep. Robert Wool, who just disappeared off the face of the planet.
He's producing, I think, now.
Is he? Bruno Kirby was in this.
Oh, God.
God rest your soul.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he passed.
I thought he passed away a while ago. Yeah, he died in 2006.
No shit.
Yep.
That's why we never got City Slickers 3.
He did. He did. But
it's hot. It's damn hot.
No, I remember
do some crotch pot cooking.
I remember seeing this in the movies with my parents because my dad was in Vietnam.
Okay.
And, he was a big Robin Williams fan too. But my dad, this is like a good, historical thing for you to see.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed watching this movie together. My dad still loves this movie too. But, yeah, this is just, again,
it
tons of humor.
also changed the music lexicon of America for about 8 years.
That's true too.
That's the movie where all of a sudden Wonderful World is now the song that's guaranteed to make everybody in every audience cry or at least tear up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like,
of course,
Martha and the Vandellas all of a sudden were popular again. Like, he brought back great early 60s rock. And all in one movie. It was just incredible.
Had some great music, so.
Did you see this? You haven't seen this one yet?
No, I have not seen
No.
it. It's like one of the number one Robin Williams movies that I have been kicking myself for not seeing.
I would actually say it's my second
Yeah.
second favorite Robin Williams movie.
All right.
Yeah, you need to see this movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So then there was more bullshit, little teeny tiny roles, uncredited roles, narration, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But 89 was kind of when things really peaked again with Dead Poets Society.
Oh, God. Man, I remember watching this movie in high school, and I was like, may I be excused? Like, I could not get over that movie, and I think after I first saw it in school, I was actually kind of upset that they made us watch that because it was so heavy. And I was like, I don't think people are ready to see this at 16
suicide and
oh
all the
God.
subject matter that they touched in that was
but it's such a beautiful movie, and just that cast is incredible. I mean, the acting, the writing in that movie is Ethan Hawke. God, what is his name? Rutherford or whatever. Damn it, I can't even think of his name now.
I know who you're talking about.
He's the one that had the woman alter ego.
Yeah.
Gosh, I cannot remember his name.
I can't remember right now either.
Way to prepare. But
yeah, we're all on top of it this week, guys.
the lead character. Jesus, I can't even remember.
Well, the character's name was Neil Perry.
Yes, him. And just the whole, and unfortunately.
Oh yeah, Robert Sean Leonard was Neil.
That character, it's so sad because it just shows you how hard stuff how hard that kind of stuff is for kids. Like, these parents, these wealthy ass people are shoving their kids into shit, and it's like, they're kids, they're not able to respond properly. And then there's always one teacher,
Yep.
one teacher. You have one teacher in your entire life of school
that shapes
changes,
you.
Yeah, that totally changes your life and helps you see what it really is like. And man, this movie is.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Podlowski.
Yeah, man,
I think that this is another one of those movies. It definitely captures the era that it took place in.
Yeah,
and it really kind of shows you how bad mean-spirited adults and parents can be.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Kurtwood Smith in that movie as the dad.
Yep.
Oh, Red Foreman.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Oh,
as the dad in
I'll kick him in the ass.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that movie, every time I watch it, I cry. I can't handle it.
I think everybody does.
It's not even just the suicide.
I
and
refuse
everything,
to
it's
watch
just-
that movie with people.
Yeah, there's a few movies
That's
that
one
I
of those
do.
movies where I want privacy while I watch it because I don't
Yeah.
want to see anybody to see the ugly cry.
And as sad as it is, it's sad as it is, and how good it is, it's like a reflection period when you watch that movie. It really helps you look inward, and that's a testament to Robin Williams, his character, that you are sitting in that classroom with them, and you're listening to the words of encouragement and just sticking up for yourself, and just, like I said, he's enlightenment. He is what enlightenment is. You know?
Let's be honest, how many of us will ever forget the line, sweaty-toothed madman?
Oh, right. Yeah, of course.
That line has stuck with me
Oh, right.
ever since.
I'm pretty sure
Whenever I'm looking for good
that in,
adjectives,
like,
I'm like,
cartoons
I
and other
need
movies.
to. Oh, they have.
Oh,
and
it's like
anytime I'm
everywhere.
writing and I need an adjective, I'm like, I can't use a regular adjective here. I need to be more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't forget Sweaty Tooth Madman. Don't forget Sweaty Tooth Madman.
Yeah, man, that movie is something
It's
else.
so descriptive.
It is.
But yeah, I just think that whole movie, it just kind of captures that spirit of, like
Us against them.
Us against them, follow your dreams, no matter what the evil man. Don't let the
Damn the
man
man.
hold you down.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and dude, people loved this movie when it came out.
Oh, man, do you remember?
Good.
You and I are the same age, so you have to remember this. Carpe Diem stickers.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
Carpe
awesome.
Diem everything
Yeah.
on everything, everywhere.
I know
Yeah.
some people with Carpe Diem tattoos because of Dead
Yeah.
Places.
I got it tattooed on my butthole.
Ooh,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the ring.
Yeah,
Carpe
right around the
Diem this
ring.
ring, bitch.
Yeah, and believe it or not, he still calls it his one ring, even though it says Carpe Diem.
Oh, dang.
One ring to rule them all.
Yeah. Guys, everybody will see it when Chris has his next anal bleaching party.
Yes.
Am I
Be here
invited
Friday
for
at
that?
7. Sponsored by the Flint Institute of Arts.
Oh, wow.
And this is how we lose our sponsors.
Yes.
Jokes.
Yeah, so Cadillac Man,
Oh, that bombed.
that bombed. Yes.
Yep.
I don't really even remember this movie very well.
It was a less funny version of Used Cars.
Oh, yes. Now I do remember this.
Yep.
Used Cars, man. That movie's
Brilliant and
awesome.
fun, and
Yes.
Kurt Russell. It is some great Kurt Russell in there.
Yeah.
But then where's bad Kurt Russell?
No, there's never been a bad Kurt Russell movie.
That's another person.
Soldier. Soldier was borderline bad.
It was borderline bad, but it was like good bad.
Yeah.
Good
and,
bad.
And apparently it was supposed to be the successor to Harrison Ford Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, initially it was there.
It was
yeah.
going to be a sequel to Blade Runner.
What?
Yep.
Yep.
Then
Did
it
you
ended
ever
up being
what was
not.
that? What was the Ridley Scott movie after Blade Runner that was like it with Michael Douglas in Japan?
Oh, Black
Black
Rain.
Rain.
Black Rain, yeah. I still haven't. We haven't seen that, but
It's a cool
Jesse
flick.
owns it.
Oh my
yeah,
God,
we're
the
gonna,
car in that
It's
Yeah.
a
movie.
really cool
The
flick.
car in that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh no, I think Jesse actually did watch it, and I just haven't watched it yet. I don't
You'll
know.
like it. It's good.
I don't even know what day it is.
And then right after that was
Awakenings.
That's another one I haven't seen, but it has been highly recommended.
I mean, come on, you
The
put
cast in that is incredible.
yeah.
him playing Oliver Sacks. He had such a responsibility. Because at the time, Oliver Sacks was one of the most published psychoanalysts out
Right.
there. And was loved, even though it turned out later the guy was a total asshole.
Aren't they all?
They
But-
changed the name in the movie though, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But he's basically playing Oliver Sacks in an Oliver Sacks book. And the responsibility he had to play this guy who's still alive, who's still on set, monitoring him, playing him, is just insane.
Oh, right.
And then you throw in his interactions with Robert De Niro, and it was one of those weird oh shit moments where you realize that Robin was the better actor.
Ooh.
Like, seriously, Robert was great in it, and Robin was better.
Yeah.
Was just better.
Well, I think here's the thing is, De Niro, don't anybody get me wrong, I don't want to be getting any negative feedback from you fucking fanboys out there.
I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It's fine.
The thing with De Niro's amazing as an actor, but De Niro does the very, De Niro. He's always De Niro.
Right.
He doesn't ever change it up. He's always the one face, hard character.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, he wasn't hard, and that was kind of the nice change. It was soft, and it was sweet, and he just wanted his mom. But and it wasn't that he had less lines than Robin or anything like that. It was just you didn't buy it.
Yeah.
Because, like Chris said, nobody is better at playing a hard ass than Robert De Niro.
Mm-hmm.
But playing tender and sweet is not
his best.
His wheelhouse.
Yeah. Yep.
And this movie was Robin's wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Playing a guy who cares more about his patients than himself. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just a spectacular movie. Turns out 90% of it's bullshit after it came out, but yeah.
They dramatize everything.
Oh no,
any story, yeah.
No, his book was a lie.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, the whole thing. Like when I say it was bullshit, I mean from like the ground up.
So
that sucks.
After this, the next kind of big one was Terry Gilliam's The Fisher King.
Yeah.
The movie that I would say is his best performance he ever gave.
Ooh.
I think it's probably the best performance that he ever gave, and I also think as far as Terry Gilliam goes,
it's probably his best movie.
It's probably his best film as far as a narrative goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it actually isn't all tripped out the entire time. Yeah, we do get some trippy visuals.
You still get your Don Quixote tipping at windmills crap going on,
but as far as being a solid script, this
is Terry Gilliam's masterpiece. It is Robin Williams' best acting performance. His interactions with Jeff Bridges is just. It is Jeff Bridges, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was getting concerned.
The brother.
The good brother.
Wait, what's their father's name?
Lloyd,
that's it. Okay. Sorry, go ahead. Continue. Sorry. I always forget.
He just pulled that performance out where he's, despite his manicness, but despite him being all over the map character-wise, there was this core to the character that was obvious through the entire performance. And it was heartbreaking and real, and you just wanted to help him through the entire movie. All you wanted to do was fix him.
Yeah.
And his performance was so good, all Jeff Bridges had to do for the entire movie was react.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. And as long as he reacted believably, he was doing good.
Yeah.
And he was great in it, too. Mm-hmm. I mean, he gave a great performance, but Robin kind of stole the movie from anybody else who ever appeared on screen in it. I can't remember the red-haired guy's name that was in it that was one of the friends. He ended up dying not too long after. He died after he did Jurassic Park 3.
I can't remember right now.
But yeah, he was excellent in it too. But in general, that movie just had everything.
Well, I remember when this came out and we saw it at the theater, and people were very excited for this movie too, which was not normal for a Terry Gilliam feature. This was a pretty big deal for him to have these two A-list actors in it. So, yeah, but this is a great film.
Oh,
Great film.
And beautifully shot.
I haven't seen that in a very long time. That's one of those.
I haven't seen it in a while either.
I actually watched Fisher King when I was younger. Like, I had a phase of where I was just trying to, like, get into the older-ish movies or the movies, because I was born in 86, you know?
So you mean the good movies?
Yeah, but, like, since I was born in 86, I was like, well, you know, I didn't get a chance to... I didn't grow up with that stuff, you know? I grew up in the 90s, you know? So I was like, well, there's,
you still
like, a
grew
whole...
up with good movies.
Oh, of course, I'm just saying,
different
like...
good movies.
Right, like...
And you were too young to appreciate the really good ones.
Yeah, I mean, one of my the earliest movie I can recall is Jaws, I think. Jaws is one of the Ghostbusters. I went and saw that in the site. My mom took me to see, Ghostbusters 2.
Was that your second movie you ever saw in the theater when you were like 6 months old?
Yeah, my mom actually took me to see Ghostbusters 2 when I was like 3.
Okay.
Or 4 or something like that. God. Yeah.
Thanks.
And
okay, you can stop talking now.
I told you, man. I'm only 32, but I saw Fisher King because it was a recommendation from my grandma.
Okay.
My grandma was like, if you're gonna, if you want to start getting into the movies that kind of make people, you might want to watch this movie. She gave me Blade Runner. She was like, watch Fisher King.
Wow.
Yeah.
Grandma had good taste.
Yeah, my grandma's got some great taste in movies. She's my grandma's top shelf.
Your mom has pretty good taste, too.
My mom's got pretty good taste as well.
I haven't met your mom.
Yeah. My mom's the shit.
I met
Hi,
your mom.
I love you. I love you, Ma.
Hi, Mom.
I had dinner with my mommy today.
That's funny. I had lunch with her today.
Oh.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah.
What did she get?
It was a nooner.
God.
But yeah, anyways, it's been a very long time since I've seen Fisher King.
She has a good sense of humor. She'll laugh about that.
Yeah. We're Irish. We're Scotch-Irish and like straight up. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican, but my mom's a sailor. We're sailors. We're Gallaghers. We're O'Shaughnessy.
You're crazy mutt.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. I'm an Irish Mexican, so hey.
So you know that Irish side.
Oh yeah.
I'm like Lebanese, Polish, all over the place.
Cracker.
Go back, get out of America. Go home.
Build a wall.
We're trying to get all you white folk out of here.
I know.
So the next one up, we're just kind of hitting the highlights again, is Hook in 91.
Wow, we're only to 91.
I know,
Yeah.
I know,
That's
right?
insane.
And he stopped making movies in
Insane.
2014, I think, 15 maybe.
Yeah.
No, his last movie came out 2 years after his death, so yeah.
But yeah, Hook.
Oh,
Hook that's another one too, man. Hook is so sad, but he's so good in it. He is so charming, and he
most
just
of
has
it's
this...
sad, but the message itself is the opposite.
Oh, of course, but I'm just saying, like, as a kid watching Hook, because it's Peter Pan, and it's another great adaptation of a cartoon. It's different, but it's I thought it was awesome.
It's Spielberg's probably Spielberg's second best family film.
Oh yeah, probably.
Second
the
best.
cast in
What's
this
the
too:
first
Dustin Hoffman,
E.T.
Julia Roberts, Bob Hoskins, Maggie Smith.
God. I know, right?
Glenn Close in the greatest cameo in film history.
You got tons of people in this.
You know which one she is,
Yep,
right?
yep.
The bearded pirate that gets thrown over.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, Glenn Close in a beard.
But it's funny. He's an adult Peter Pan.
Yeah.
And it kind of suits.
He
suits
really
him,
was
man.
an adult Peter Pan.
That's a great movie.
It is.
That's another tearjerker too.
It's still,
that movie gets me.
It still resonates.
Oh,
it's
for
still
sure.
Amazing. And Dustin Hoffman is Captain Hook.
He's so good in that.
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins is so amazing in it too. God.
I hate Peter Pan.
Well, I
Julia
think
Roberts,
I think
even
like
as a bitch, the little Tinkerbell. She's cute in
I
that movie.
do not like Julia Roberts.
neither do I.
That's okay, but she's good in this movie because she's this tiny little thing. You don't have to look at her
dirty
that
secret.
much.
I just rewatched Pretty Woman for the first time in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Last week. I liked it.
You should like it. It's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
I was embarrassed to be in my own skin.
I'll be honest,
I don't
though,
like Richard Gere. I don't like Julia Roberts. But
It's a
Hector
good movie.
Alonso totally makes that movie.
It's a good
but
movie.
Richard Gere likes gerbils, so hey.
Hey.
And I'm not a gerbil, so I'm safe.
You know what else was really good that I'm
all out
actually
of
embarrassed to
gerbils.
say that I like is Mystic Pizza. I really liked that movie a lot, and I really liked Julia Roberts in it.
I only liked her really in Steel Magnolias, but anyways, I'm putting on my pants back on now.
You know, I think
Take
a big
back
thing.
seat, Travis.
I think a big thing with Robin Williams too that we're kind of noticing as we're going through these is like when he gets these other great actors with him, he really kind of would like rise to the occasion and even push harder.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then steal
Dustin
that
Hoffman.
shit.
Dustin Hoffman and Robin Williams playing against each other.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Dustin went above what he normally does for
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody went up to another level
And
for
I
that
think
movie.
that's probably because they knew Robin Williams was just so good, and they had, they needed
Well,
to.
I think he was easy to work off of.
Oh, true, that too.
You know, I mean,
Here, I'm trying to put him up on a pedestal.
yeah. But
Well,
that is
no,
putting
but-
him up on a pedestal.
Yeah, that is.
Is that
Totally.
he's one of those guys that his performance, what made him a great actor, was that he made everybody around him better.
A great actor.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, we're coming up to a movie that
Oh,
I
God.
don't think would have been anything without him.
Which one?
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
I think I know.
Go
ahead.
We will get there.
Aladdin?
No,
Oh, but Aladdin's so good too.
Aladdin is.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because he did some
Aladdin.
pretty fabulous voice work.
Oh.
also.
Oh yeah.
And when I loved watching the footage of him on set,
Oh, and doing the voice.
doing
yeah.
the voice
God.
in the
I love
studio.
that stuff.
What's funny is I guess they have 84 more hours of footage of him playing Genie,
Give me that movie.
or something ridiculous, ridiculous number.
Yeah.
And the family said you have to wait 15 years before you can ever use it. And after his death. So
It sounds
I'll
like you're
still be
jerking off
alive.
over
it
there.
does. I mean, it needs a little bit more moisture.
Need some lotion?
There's the spit. All right. Now we're getting into business. But yeah, no, I guess if Disney ever wants to use his voice for new stuff.
Yeah.
They have some material.
They
That's
have a
awesome.
bunch of material.
That's cool. Aladdin's.
And nobody expected that out of that movie.
Oh, right.
Like
No.
we all went in with
Another Disney film.
like this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This will be cute. And then just the opening scene of oh look, it's a Dead Sea Tupperware.
Yes.
Still good.
Wait.
know?
I have a story.
I have a story to tell. Yes. Yeah, that was a magical movie.
Are we going to touch on toys or no?
Let's not.
Okay.
I hate that movie so much.
Yeah, that movie kind of, no. Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993.
We Jesse just bought this on Blu-ray, and it's not bad. It's not bad.
It's fun.
Look,
It's a fun
Oh, I
movie.
love the movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all times. But that's
I
another
can't go that far.
tearjerker.
I can't go that far. I was old enough when it came out that I was well past the target audience when it came out.
Oh, sure.
And I was in that angry teenager years.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
it really didn't resonate with me when it came out. So it's not one of those ones I look back at and go, oh. Look, it was a run by fruiting. I hear that and it doesn't bring up the warm fuzzies.
Oh.
It was
Well.
a great movie though. It's
I,
funny.
You know-
I can look past all that and still look at it for what it is. And
It's funny because Pierce Brosnan I thought was great in this movie.
Mhm.
This is one of his better. I'm not going to be doing action. I'm just going to be kind of a dick
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
oh, you
This
mean
and the
like
Matador.
a British person?
Yeah, like a Brit.
Hey, now that's on cold full.
But the funny thing is about this movie, I don't think it really holds up that well now.
Oh man,
And-
we just watched it.
Every time I think about this movie, I'm like, come on. Yeah, he's got some prosthetics on, but you would know
Oh,
that
of
that's your
course.
ex-husband. I
Of
mean,
You would
course.
know it's your dad.
yeah, I mean, this
First of all, he
whole-
didn't wax his knuckles. If you watch the movie, he has hairy knuckles.
You guys
Yeah.
are being so picky right now.
Well-
you guys are
No,
taking
no,
this down
it's just-
to a level that's it's
We
not.
both said it's a good movie. but I don't think it holds up. It came out at a time when the stigma around divorce was still terrible.
Yeah,
And-
that's true. That's true.
And it's not there anymore. Like, divorce isn't
No.
like it's not a matter of, oh my God, I'm the first kid on the block whose parents got divorced.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. Okay.
You know, and that movie really kind of showed that aspect of life for the kids. As an adult, it's not as relatable anymore for me. I remember watching it back then and laughing my butt off and thinking it was funny. But, yeah, no.
Oh, we just watched it like a week ago. I still thought it was awesome.
I haven't, mind you,
No,
I
again,
haven't
it's a
seen
good
it in like
movie.
in 15 years.
It's a good movie. I'm not saying it's not a good movie. I'm just saying it's so divorced from reality.
Yeah.
No
Oh,
pun
well, of
intended.
course.
But
Of course.
But here's the
Or
thing
was
is,
it?
like, if you take a movie like Toys, you know it's not really taking place in reality, but Mrs. Doubtfire is taking place in our reality.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to believe that this woman
Sure,
is actually a woman,
Right.
like, I'd be like, Dad, what are you doing? Those
Yeah.
prosthetics. Take that dress
Dude.
off.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's
Dad.
what you're into, Dad, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's cool. But, you know.
You don't need to do the prosthetics to impress us, Dad.
Yeah. Yeah. And you would hear the voice, too. I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, that's my
Well,
dad.
that's, it's funny
doing a
because
voice.
when you're watching it, I was like they don't fucking know that's his dad.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and especially for the voice, you know.
Yeah. Hello.
But still, I mean, I think
It's so overdone.
we
It is.
Jesse said that this movie can't be remade. It's just one of those movies
No.
where it's like
No.
one place,
No.
one time, and Robin Williams is the only person that could ever have made a movie like that work.
Well, and they were, before he passed away, they were talking about
There was a sequel talk.
they were going to do a Mrs. Doubtfire too
With him in it?
with him
Oh,
in
yeah.
it.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Like, wait, you can't fall for this shit twice.
Well, yeah,
No,
like,
my guess is that he teaches his kid how to do it.
Oh yeah.
Or
Because
it
now
could
his
just-
son's going to be in drag with him in drag.
oh, wow.
Oh wow.
That's what I think I would have gone with that.
Could they make Mrs.
Make it a
Doubtfire,
family
like,
affair.
super, super old this time, then?
Yeah,
That would
probably.
be awesome.
Well, yeah, give her a cane. Oh, hello, dearie.
I shit my pants.
Oops, I
Change
dropped
my
pants.
diaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, as the youngin here, I grew up with Mrs. Doubtfire, so it's one of my all-time favorites. It's not in my
Sorry,
top 10,
do I smell?
but it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Geriatric.
Oh, that would have been.
cast.
They could have
I
done
appreciate-
geriatric Mrs. Doubtfire.
It would have been great.
Mrs.
And
In
I
the-
appreciate
in
it.
the
I
nursing
appreciate
home?
Yeah.
that it's one of your favorite movies.
He has
Spreading syphilis.
He
Spreading
has.
syphilis in a rest home.
He has to infiltrate a nursing home as a geriatric woman.
That would have actually
See,
been
I would
a
have watched
lot of
that.
fun to
Yeah.
watch.
That's because we're a bunch of sick bastards, and we totally would watch that.
I would love to see that.
Oh,
That would
but
be-
his movies got darker too later.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
That's
as he
true.
got darker, the movies got darker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there was a lot of like other filler stuff. Being Human,
Being Human was good.
was it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever saw that.
It was good. Wasn't great.
He had a side role in 9 months. He had
He
a
was the
small
doctor in 9 months,
role.
yeah.
He had a small role in To Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love that movie.
Which was why he did, I think, the movie that you're going to say next.
Jumanji.
Oh no,
Oh, you're thinking of the Birdcage.
I am thinking.
Yeah.
Birdcage.
But Jumanji was 1995.
Oh, Jumanji,
So such
good.
a big movie for so many people.
I know, right?
Once again, that came out right at the wrong time for me, where I was like,
that sucks.
I wasn't seeing kids movies. I was stuck in an art house going, I'm pretentious. I would only watch important movies.
I love The Crying Game. It's the most important movie of all time.
This movie has so many layers.
Where's
mind
my
you,
coffee?
that's back when you
Black?
could smoke in a movie theater. So it really was me
Yeah.
sitting there with a coffee and a cigarette in in an art house theater going, this is so important. People
Well, at least you
remember this.
look back and say that it was like that.
Yeah,
Because
it was
most
fun.
people would be like, I wasn't like that.
Oh, I was a pretentious prick.
Yeah.
And then I joined the Navy. It's amazing how that changes.
Yeah, well, that'll do it to you.
Your movies don't matter, son.
I watch.
Shave your head.
I get
Exactly.
goodness, excuse me.
No.
I get like cravings to watch Jumanji.
weird.
every great once in a not great while, but like often, like every few months, I'm like, man, I need to watch Jumanji. Like I just love that movie.
I'm just the right age where I like the new one more than the original.
Oh man, the new one's really good though too.
Yeah,
And
I'm
for
kind of with
different
you on that
reasons.
too. Plus the CGI work in the original Jumanji.
Was terrible.
Yeah.
Of course, it was a sign of the times.
Yeah.
It wasn't a sign of the times. It was just a lack of ability.
Yeah.
And I'm
Well,
not
it's
saying that.
95.
That's
It was
not bashing
95.
anybody.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the technology wasn't there.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it
not
was
ready
fine.
yet.
Yeah. That's like I just rewatched the Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out in 2000.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I love how bad that movie is.
It's fucking terrible.
It is. And all I watch the entire time I'm watching it, all I'm going is, this wouldn't be half as bad if they used practical effects.
Yeah.
If they had used practical effects, it would have been a good movie.
Well, and it's like, why, when they know the CGI doesn't look that good, were they using it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a feature movie that's supposed to go out to theaters, and it looks like a bad made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Jumanji or Dungeons?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
Jumanji had the same effect for me, where
But
everything
there was
just looked
there
off.
wasn't too much CGI in the movie. They used a lot of practical
They
effects.
did use a lot of practical.
like more than the CGI. Only
Yeah.
the CGI was for like things that were actually moving fast. Like the animals.
Only for every animal in the movie.
No, because what's his name? What is the boy's name?
Don't know.
Damn it.
The boy's name is
Peter. Okay, so Peter, he was a monkey. And
Peter.
then
His name was Peter. He was
there was
named
a-
after a penis. His name was Peter.
There's the crocodile. They used real water. They used the real lion. I mean, when it came out, it wasn't the first thing you saw was a CGI one because it was, but everything else, like what was it? Just the animals, the stampede, the safari, the stampede, and like the vines. That was what was the CGI. And then when they got sucked into the game, but
Okay.
everything else was practical.
Here's where I'm going to get hate mail from our listeners, and I guarantee it because I'm asking for it. I am going to go out on a bigger limb and say Zathura was a better movie
Oh, dude.
than Jumanji.
I would agree with you there.
Oh,
Zathura was so good. So good.
I
It's
need
the
I
same-
need the seat filled. Because that's 2 against 1. That's not fair. So I mean, Zathura was pretty fucking cool though. I will say it. It was pretty
Very
cool.
similar concept.
It's supposed to be a sequel
Yeah.
Was
to
it?
Jumanji, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
I
better
just,
director,
but
better
I think
everything.
I don't know. I just love Robin Williams. So there was just there's just that.
The Robin Williams part, but
I think
yeah.
Zathura was like at where you were with Jumanji. Like it was just a little.
you were just at the wrong age when
yeah,
it came out.
I think, but looking
But
back
it's a John,
at it,
it's a John Favreau movie.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has that John Favreau
oh, of course.
feel to it, and it's fun. Okay, next is what?
The Birdcage.
Yes.
Yes.
I love this movie so much.
I watch this movie far too frequently to call myself an actual heterosexual male.
I love this movie so much that I own a VHS copy, and
Nice.
I own two DVD copies of it.
I have it on blue.
Are you
and
sure you're not a homosexual male?
I don't care.
She might be.
If
She
I
does
am,
love the dick.
I mean,
Oh.
he's not wrong. So, but I seriously, I love this movie so much. I cannot. Come on, Gloria. I love this movie so much. It's seriously, that's in my top 10. Birdcage.
Yeah.
Birdcage is an ultimate movie.
The entire storyline is amazing. It's unbelievable.
It is a little unbelievable.
Gene Hackman in this movie is
Where's my candy?
legendary.
Yeah, it's so good.
Diane Wiest
Oh, she's so good in it.
is so good in it. But
God,
then-
where's she at lately?
Oh man, I hope
Old.
she's not Shelley Duvall in it.
No, she's not Shelley Duvall. I think she's
No,
doing,
it's
I think
actually
she's doing Broadway.
she's in a show right now with Another Life on Netflix with Katie Sackhoff and
Oh,
there's a bunch of
okay.
people. She's in that show.
Oh, okay. Cool.
The only
Cool.
reason why I know that is because Katie Sackhoff, I follow her on Instagram and she does a lot of pictures with her castmates and she's in it.
That Birdcage, Nathan Lane was such a revelation when that movie came out that most of us didn't really. Might have seen him as background characters or straight characters before. We never seen him go all out funny.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Oh,
in this
he's
movie.
so good in that movie.
And Hank Azaria.
Oh, come on, Gloria.
Don't get me.
That whole Robin Williams, Hank Azaria, and
what's her
Nathan Lane.
name? Who played the daughter?
Alan McBeal.
Yeah,
Alan McBeal.
Calista Flockhart.
And
then the guy who plays the son,
yeah,
actually won the Academy Award for Best Screenplay for Capote.
Really?
He wrote Capote.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not realize that was him.
He was the little brother on Judging Amy.
I don't even remember that show.
Yeah,
I don't remember that show.
This is why they have me on the podcast, folks. I am a vault of useless
kind of blowing
knowledge.
my mind right now.
So, are we touching on Jack?
No, I don't see a point. It's such a filler movie.
Yeah, it really is. So, moving on.
Jack was before. Okay.
Jack was after.
Jack was right after the Birdcage, same year, 96.
Really?
Wow.
Yep. He did Hamlet.
He was so funny in
Friends.
Hamlet. That's the Kenneth Branagh Hamlet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where him and Billy Crystal play the guards at the tower.
Yeah.
Oh, like they were secretly great in that movie. Like if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's one of the best Hamlet adaptations.
We're not going to talk about Flubber at all.
No.
The next one
I refuse.
that really
I hate
we
that
should
movie.
touch on is Good Will Hunting,
Oh man, that's
absolutely.
so great.
which was 1997.
Yep.
Damn.
This movie was huge.
Yeah. This was one of the last movies I saw in the theater before I enlisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21 years old right now, this
Wow.
movie.
Yeah, that's
Thanks.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He kind of reprises his role from Dead Poet Society in this
A little.
one, you know.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that same kind of vibe. And I mean, it was breakout for so many different actors.
Yeah, for all of them.
I mean, everybody except for Robin. And
Right,
Robin
'cause,
just
yeah,
made
yeah.
everybody else better in every scene.
I remember hearing something that that Ben and Matt refused to do the movie if Robin Williams wasn't going to play
I'm sure.
the professor. Or
I'm sure they wrote it for
his
him.
therapist. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were like I can't remember where I read that or I saw an interview with Matt and Ben and they were like
There's no point in making it without Robin
if
Williams.
he's not in this movie, we can't
Yeah.
make this movie.
I mean, think about it. In Hollywood in 1997, who are you going to get to play the sympathetic, slightly crazy, slightly angry, depressed psychology teacher?
Right, tell it as it is.
Well, who else could you
Right.
possibly get? John Lithgow? That wouldn't work.
That wouldn't work. He's too light and airy for that.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I'm not doubting him, but
Yes, I
'cause
love.
I love
had
John
to
Lithgow.
name drop John Lithgow.
This movie just, I mean, like you said, it was a breakout for so many people. This was like the biggest thing that year.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it was.
and to this day, nobody can say how do you like them apples
I was about to say the same thing.
without saying
Yeah.
it with a towny accent.
Right?
Yeah.
Like everybody who says it,
I got a
how do you
number."
I got a number. How do you like those apples?
Nah.
You know, it can't be done. It cannot be done.
When did that movie come out?
97.
I was 7 years old.
You keep rubbing this age thing in our noses.
Because
Yeah, but see, we're like fine wine. We get better with age.
We do.
The thing about-
and this is why we have stupid knowledge.
Yes,
the
exactly.
reason why I mentioned that is because I watched these movies when
Mm-hmm.
I was like that age. What the hell? What kind of business did I have?
There's nothing inappropriate, I don't think, in Good Will Hunting. For you to
No.
The
I mean,
joke
there's a
Minnie
little bit
Driver
of-
says about her husband spitting out the wife and the husband's cum and
see. The drooling scene. That,
give me a kiss.
give me a kiss.
Yeah. And there's like the fight and everything in it, but whatever. I
Yeah.
mean,
It,
it is what it is.
It's also a sign of the times too because I turned out all right and
All
I
fucked
watched
up.
I watched all kinds of crazy shit, you know? So like I know some parents who won't let their kids watch the simplest movies because there's something in it that
Yeah.
they, you know, and it's just like
it's that sheltering thing.
yeah, and I
Where
watch
Chris's and my parents were like, Oh, you want to see Friday the 13th? What are you, 7 now?
Yeah.
Go see it.
My mom was like,
Oh, my mom was like, I don't know what that is. Go see it. Have fun. My grandma was like, oh, it's only rated R. You can go see it.
Yeah, the first R-rated movie I ever saw was The Thing when it premiered on HBO.
Okay. And who was home at the time?
My brother.
There you go.
My mom let me watch that.
Oh.
But it was hard to get her to let me watch that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Good Will Hunting is another classic. Now, we do need to discuss What Dreams May Come.
There it is.
This is why Scott was like, I can't do this show.
Yeah, he was like, I can't.
I don't have this attachment to that movie at all.
No.
The way that people describe Requiem for a Dream is what Dreams May Come
It's funny
does
because
to me.
Requiem for a Dream has zero effect on me either.
It has zero effect on me, too.
Neither
High
one
five,
of
man.
these two. Neither one of these two.
High five.
This movie, I couldn't stand Cuba Gooding Jr. in it. I thought he was boring and unappealing. I thought Robin Williams was overacting and
Ooh, that's
pretty
one way
terrible.
of looking at it.
I think the story is definitely a little melodramatic, and it does try to play a little bit to like the religious undertones of heaven and hell and all that shit, which I'm not really into. I think what gets to people about this movie is that he loves her so much, and he's basically willing to go to any cost, any length to be with her again. And I think that's kind of where that emotional connectivity to this movie comes in.
It's sweet.
It's sweet.
It is a sweet movie, but it's just not my thing.
I think the movie is absolutely stunning, though. I love the
The
way
visuals,
it looks. Yeah, the
though.
movie is incredible looking.
The visuals in this movie.
And the music is fantastic, too.
Yeah,
The score
yeah.
is awesome.
But yeah, I think at this point, Cuba Gooding Jr. was a little, like, overdone, right?
Oh,
Because this
right.
was right around Jerry Maguire time,
This
too.
is after Jerry Maguire. Jerry Maguire is 95, 96, I think.
Something like
the fact
that.
that you know that off the top of your head scares me a little.
I love that movie, too, though. That's another tearjerker that gets me. But it's because it's a love story, you know? What can I say? I'm a sap.
You are a sap.
I am a sap.
So, What Dreams May Come. I love this movie. You guys don't.
No, I love it.
Oh, okay.
I'm the only one who doesn't.
But I don't disagree about Robin Williams overacting. I just think maybe it was too easy.
I didn't buy it. Like, none of it. Like, the visuals were pretty, but they didn't sell the story. His acting was over the top, and it didn't sell the story. Cuba Gooding Jr.'s acting was mediocre and didn't sell the story.
Who's the wife? That's that French woman, isn't it? From Antichrist?
I think so.
Right?
No, it was Annabella Sciorra.
Oh.
Was it?
Yeah.
Gosh,
yeah.
what is this? I'm thinking, maybe I must be thinking of something else. But
Yeah. But no, it was not her from Antichrist.
Okay.
Although
She's
I
in
do,
tons
now
of
that I
other
think
stuff
about
with
it,
a
I
feeling
did.
I can
I
remember.
had just broken up with my fiance like 3 weeks before that movie came out.
And you're like, God damn, I wish
So
you
I fucking hated relationships at that
Right,
point.
right, yeah.
So I'm
So you were
watching
like-
this movie
You're
going,
like, nope.
fuck it, bye.
I think there's,
Bye,
just like,
Felicia.
I think there's, this beautiful story of, everlasting love to this movie. And I think that's what a lot of people really connect with,
Yeah, yeah.
And again, the visuals. The visuals are pretty amazing.
This is gonna sound kind of dumb, but there's a movie with Hilary Swank and what's his name? Gerard Butler? Is that his name? The 300 guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Gerard Butler, right?
Yeah, Captain Abs.
Yes. Okay, it's called P.S. I Love You. Have you ever seen it?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
I'm not admitting or denying anything.
Okay, well, without any spoilers, it's a really heart-wrenching love story, and it has to deal with death and things like that.
Yeah.
And I think that is a better version of What Dreams May Come.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I
I
think
love What Dreams May Come.
You should shut your dirty whore mouth.
But
Because there's no way the
there's
Gerard Butler
there's
chick flick is
I'm
better
telling
than
you,
this.
man. I'm telling you right now. That's what I said too.
Okay.
And then I was forced to watch it with my
I'll have to
friend.
download it.
It's actually, I mean, it's a
I liked it more than What Dreams May Come True.
It sounds like a good one to steal.
it's a pretty corny fucking movie. But it's
Yeah.
underrated.
Yeah.
It's unappreciated. Yes,
It is an underappreciated
It is
movie.
an underappreciated, and there's a twist in it that
Yep.
that's
Yep.
the nail in the coffin that makes it better.
I like it better than the note card. Or than the
Notebook? The
Notebook.
The note guard.
And the postcard.
Note card might have been a better movie.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
so
dying.
we've only
Notebook.
got about 10 minutes left here.
Okay.
So I don't really think we need to touch on Patch Adams, do we?
No.
Oh, damn.
Because that's another
great-
one of those sugary, sweet, kind of
That's a good movie, though.
easy. It is a good movie.
No, I can't
Hold
agree.
on,
I
let's,
can't agree with
I
on that
had-
one.
Bicentennial Man, that was, yeah, really, sci-fi, emotional drama, blah, 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 blah.
Slush.
He did have a part in AI, doing a voiceover for
Yeah.
Dr. No.
Just
And
so
then
everybody
robots.
knows, that is Trevor's number one movie as the worst movie ever made with a big budget.
Oh.
AI?
Yep.
Really?
Despise that movie.
I love that movie. 1 hour photo.
Dude, this
We
movie
have
is
to-
so awesome.
This movie is kind of when he flipped the script.
Wait, we skipped over one major one. Pretty sure we did. Death to Smoochie. Was that after
That's
1 hour
after
forward?
this.
Damn it.
With 1 hour photo, this is when Robin Williams kind of said, you know what?
I want to do different.
It's time for me to switch out of the sugary sweet stuff
Yeah.
and go like super dark. Mm-hmm. And I remember people were like, what?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Robin Williams?
Yep.
Holy shit, what's
I
happening here?
remember seeing it at a small theater, and I could tell everybody there was in couples.
Oh.
And I'm there with my girlfriend, but she and I both knew what we were going to.
Right.
And it was all these unsuspecting happy couples going to see this movie.
Mwah.
And I'm sitting there. I barely watched the movie. I have to admit, I barely watched the movie because I spent most of my time watching the reactions
Between people.
of all the people around me. And it was a whole bunch of shocked looks and visibly shaken and upset looks where they were like, what do you mean Robin Williams isn't the good guy?
Yeah. Hashtag not my Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah, dude. He just
Oh
went,
God, yeah. If that movie would have been made now, it would have been full on Star Wars, not my Star Wars.
Yeah.
Going
You
on
think
with that.
so?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
He switched it up so hard, so fast,
Yeah. Yeah.
and unsuspectingly.
yeah.
And what was the other horror?
Insomnia.
Insomnia.
Dude, Insomnia is another myth. That is an unappreciated
Both
film,
of
man.
those movies are brilliant.
Yeah, they're
And
great.
he is. I would say
super
that
good in
those
that role.
are up there easily with Good Morning Vietnam and Fisher King.
Well, it was just kind of cool where I think he got to this point with these movies, even Death to Smoochie.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Death to Smoochie is a dark comedy
Mm-hmm.
also. I think he just got to that point where it was like, okay, I have all the money in the world right
can
now.
do whatever I
have
want.
all the respect in the world. Why don't I just
Do what I want to do.
Yeah, do exactly what I want to
And-
do.
Unfortunately, that made Death to Smoochie happen, which I can't stand.
I've never
realized,
sat through this movie.
I've
to be
never,
honest with
I've
you.
DeVito
never
directed
finished
it.
it. Who?
Death to Smoochie.
Who directed it?
Danny DeVito.
Oh, that
Yeah,
explains a lot.
I didn't. Oh, but he did.
Danny DeVito, hell of an actor, but not a very good director.
What? Matilda's fantastic.
Not for my crowd.
Yeah,
I'm out of here. I'm walking home.
All right, bye.
but
Better start
Insomnia, he did a little bit more of this creepy shit that he
Yeah.
was doing with 1 hour photo. Very quiet character.
Yeah.
Not a lot to do.
But the intensity.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I
he's
would
so
not
good.
want to.
That,
Yeah,
that
I would
look
not want to
in
be
his
Zelda.
eyes through both of those movies is actually scary. Like, it reminds me of seeing Dahmer on the news.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You know, where he has this quiet fury just there waiting, and it was just shocking.
Yeah.
It was shocking, especially with 1 hour photo, because I didn't expect him to go that dark with it. I thought he was playing a killer, but I thought he'd still be a little Robin Williams.
Yeah.
No.
And it was not at all.
And you got no Robin Williams.
There was a really nice breath of fresh air, though. I thought it was a smart move on his part.
It was.
I thought it was very smart because he executed it phenomenally, and I was just like, oh, okay. Well,
okay, you can do it all.
You can do it all. Yeah, I was like, God damn, all right.
Yeah.
I think, though, too, these movies are kind of telling of where he was heading with his life at the same time.
Yeah, that too.
You know?
That he was in a bit of a dark place?
Yeah. So, moving on from those, he did Happy Feet, Man of the Year, a lot of just smaller stuff.
He did a smaller movie towards the end of his life. I can't remember the name of it. It was like Father of the Year.
Yeah.
World's Greatest Dad.
World's Greatest Dad.
Yeah, where he's a writer and he turns his son's suicide into this thing, and
Well, whatever.
Okay.
It was
It's
out
an old
almost
movie.
10 years ago.
yeah,
2009.
I actually haven't seen it, but yeah,
Oh my God. It's heavy.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
really heavy.
And that's one where he was kind of a shitty dad, right?
yeah, he was.
He was a shitty dad.
Yeah.
And his son kills himself.
And then he has to deal with being a shitty dad whose kid killed himself.
Kill himself.
Yeah.
And he
But
rakes
when
in
his
all
son,
this money for it.
his son kills himself, it's autoerotic asphyxiation.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the twist.
So the son is, dies that way, and then it's the dad dealing,
With all of that.
He deals out a fake suicide note, I think, all this kind of stuff. It's really kind of.
I haven't seen
was
it,
dark.
but I know
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
But it was really good.
yeah, that's
That's
what
good.
everybody says.
I was really surprised by that one.
And then, realistically, after that, I think that was kind of like his final, decent role.
Right, because then he did RV and.
He did RV, and then he did. He was on a TV show called The Crazy Ones that lasted one season.
It was okay. He was too
Yeah.
big for the show.
He was what?
Too big for the show. It was
Yeah.
him and Sarah Michelle Gellar, I think.
Oh, okay.
She played his daughter, and they ran an advertising agency. And he was so huge in it. How he could fill a room presence-wise?
Yeah.
That whenever he wasn't on screen, the show suffered.
Oh no!
But that happens. That
Of
happens
course.
when you've got
Yeah.
people like that.
Yeah. Of course.
And so you watch it, and any part he was in was great. And I'm sure the rest of it was good.
Yeah, it's just
But-
wrong choice.
Good luck
Yeah.
making sure that the screen is as exciting
Well, yeah.
without him as
Right.
it is with him.
Right, of course.
You hit that peak, and then when he's off screen, it's like boom,
Yeah.
right back down into a valley.
And so, it was a huge mistake casting him on a TV show.
Oops.
Huge mistake.
I wonder why he did that, though.
He just wanted to. He thought
Yeah.
he thought it sounded fun to go back to TV.
He should have done a new Mork.
No, he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't.
I'm
The
surprised he
last
didn't
thing the
make a
world
Mork and
needs
Mindy
is
movie.
old Mork.
Old Mork.
You know what I mean? My fear is that they're gonna get Jim Carrey to frickin' do it.
What? No, they would
No,
not.
they'll
I don't
never.
think. I don't think Jim Carrey.
Jim
would.
Carrey wouldn't do it.
No, he
No.
would not do it.
But that's my fear. You know what I mean?
Jim Carrey would be pissed.
that they could go to Jack Black and be like, "You want to play Mork?"
I don't know, man. I don't think
We'll
any.
give you all the
Honestly,
coke
I
in the
don't think
world.
anybody. I don't think anybody would actually do it.
All the blow in the world. And
If
you
you'll
can come
play
back
Mork.
and play Mork.
Like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll
I'll
sell
do
it. I'll sell all that coke and
Give me
And
that
They
costume.
make even more money.
yeah, that's right. Double the money.
Do I get Pam Dauber?
I don't want Pab Dahmer anymore. My sister Sam was the end of me having a crush on Pam Dauber.
She's been gone. I don't think she's done anything.
I've seen her pop up every once in a while.
Yeah.
but she's never been as big ever since the whole stalker killer thing with the other girl on that show.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right. We're done paying tribute to Robin Williams.
We love
We're
you,
never
Robin.
done paying tribute
Yeah.
to Robert.
yeah.
Williams.
Seriously,
Well,
like
on our
the-
show, we're done.
Yeah, like this is
Still
like we
miss
said
him.
in the beginning. This is what makes
Yeah.
him great and
Yep.
why he's important.
It's funny.
And
whenever
he will
I,
forever be important.
yeah,
so.
whenever the anniversary of his death comes along, I still spend half the day crying.
Oh well, I mean, it was very
And
upsetting.
then I put on Birdcage and I feel better.
Yeah.
And you
it's kind of
dance.
crazy how that works with like these actors we grew up with, you know,
Yeah.
their legacy. It's just like huge. And we don't get actors like this anymore.
Yeah,
we
not
really don't.
No.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, we
That's
don't
true.
know now, but
I mean, 20 years from now, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. could have the same impact on a lot of people that
yeah, maybe.
Especially being
know.
Iron Man and
Yeah.
for sure. Although that's another person that we could
we could do a show.
we could do a
on
show on Robert
Jr.
Downey because In Dreams is fucking awesome, and I love that movie.
Kiss, Kiss, Bang, Bang.
Oh, of course. Oh, come on. But all right. Sorry.
All right.
That's
Whatever.
another one.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good
Goodbye.
night. See you next week. I won't be here.
Visit us at www.themoviesleuth.com and find The Movie Sleuth on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and iTunes.